where do you want to be? Where are you aiming, and where is a successful society, civilization, community? How does that work?
As in, sorry, the question is about me and where I'm going, or is it about the...
Personally, yeah.
Okay. So at the moment I'm in Mexico, and I chose to move to Mexico because, well, my girlfriend Magdalena has been here before, and so she said that it was actually a really random thing. One night we came back from England after traveling Turkey, Greece, Czech Republic, and then we came back to England. I had a lot of difficult things going through with my family, for example, and we just had quite a difficult time in England. We did do a permaculture introduction course, and then one night in England we were just like, Mags was like, I'm looking at tickets to Mexico and they're really cheap, should we just go? And I decided that, I love fruit. I love to live in a healthy lifestyle. I love the sun, and I love to travel, and I want to experience different places and different communities. And so I really wanted to go to Mexico because of this. Now I'm in Mexico. I love it. The kind of the city, like the Babylon kind of thing in Mexico it's still there, obviously. Things are a lot easier. There's a lot less bureaucracy, and things are cheap, and that's really helpful, obviously. For me, I would like to. So our next move is to go to a permaculture community. We came to San Cristobal, and we're just living in a flat at the moment. And we came here for different reasons, which I won't go into right now. But we wanted to be here as well. But there's a lot of like healing benefits to being here. There's a lot of people who are healers in different ways, both modern way and kind of spiritually. And we've definitely taken advantage of that, which has been really helpful for us. So there's been a lot of healing for me, kind of like bodily, with my own ecosystem, kind of looking at my own ecosystem and being like, okay, how can I use permaculture basically to heal myself? And that's exactly what I've been doing. Just to give you a quick example of that, just as going a bit off topic, but I did a blood test, and from the blood test, I went through it with the doctor, and the doctor was like, yeah, everything's absolutely fine. So that's one thing about analyzing yourself, just to check up, basically. And I knew everything would be fine. I've got nothing really wrong with me. But then I've been doing this thing where I've been and it's been going on for about a year or so now, where I've been using feedback loops. And a feedback loop is just, kind of observation, action, and then results, and then the feedback. So you get you're in this feedback loop, so you can consistently better yourself. And if you're doing it, well, you have to really be conscious about it and true to yourself, or else it just doesn't work anyway. But yeah, so anything that I've been putting in my body has come back to me, or I've felt, and then that feeling has come back to me mentally. So it's this continuous thing of, am I enjoying this food? And do I enjoy it in my stomach, in my body? And really that has led me on to a kind of fruitarian path with salads. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, about how, permaculture, not only is it good for society as a whole, for structures, for ecosystems, but also yourself and your own ecosystem, so how I'm applying that. And then, so for the future, we're going to a permaculture community, hopefully in the west, so on the west coast of Mexico. And then we'll be traveling through Central America and South America. And really, I guess a few intentions for me is to learn more about permaculture, about how people are growing food and navigating communities, etc. To also spend time with people and learn about their ways of life, their cultures, and share music and celebration really with people as well. And hopefully I can help in communities as well. And
so what do you think what are these communities like?
So they are, a lot of them are in the jungle.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of them have, you'll see like the wooden pillars to hold up structures, and the hay roofs as well. We were at a community not long ago which was on the beach on the east coast of Mexico, really beautiful, and it was all kind of these like chalet huts, beachy huts, extremely picturesque. It was, when I say on the beach, I mean it was on the beach, like right on the beach in the middle of nowhere. There was loads of coconut trees, you get coconuts every day. And it was really, really beautiful. Really enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My Mac's just running a bit low, Sol.
Okay.
I'm just going to plug it in.
And what do you think? What are your challenges getting to this place, and what challenges have you faced getting to your journey along permaculture and that health and the
Challenges. Another good question. Challenges have been I guess in what sense? Because a big challenge for me not owning my own permaculture property, for example, is money. Not having the land basically to do the permaculture project on. I've been offered a lot of land, and when I started doing my weekly meetings in Bristol and Glastonbury, I was offered a lot of land. A lot of people came to me and was like, come on, come to my land, let's do this. But it just wasn't right, because it's not, for me, there was, you've got the ideas of the other person that you have to deal with, but you've also got that insecurity of not owning the land, not being able to just be kicked off the land at any point. I did actually end up doing, starting off a little project in Cornwall, which was really fun. And that was also challenging because of different relationships. It's another big challenge is people. People can be very challenging because everybody, if everybody's not on the right page, that is just something which, it just, in my opinion, it just can't work. If everybody's not on the right page, then there's so much that you have to deal with. There's so many barriers that will be put in your way.
So what has what has living in the communes, how has that impacted the journey? Have you got any realizations from there of how the realizations of how things would have to work on this? Because permaculture is a lot about the communities, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. And do you know what? So I actually don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers to how to run a perfect community. I'm learning as well. And yeah, you use permaculture for running communities for sure, but it's not like I've never been the one to create a community, as in be the head of the community or be a big part to play in it. I've always been the one kind of involved in it, but just observing and learning. In saying that, I've learned a hell of a lot, like so much. And community is very raw, and it's good in that way because it is raw. Because there's no, it's hard to show a different face because you're always around these people unless you're in your room. But generally, you have to be yourself. Or yourself will come out whether you like it or not. Whatever you're suppressing, it will come out. So, I've done a lot of like solution exercises. I've sat with people, kind of being this not counselor, but just somebody in between conversations. So, or a debate or a conflict, so that we can get it resolved. Which definitely, it hasn't always worked because, people are complicated. And, but even though it hasn't come to a resolution, I still believe it's necessary. I still believe it had a great, a huge part to play in the two people or however many people there are in their relationship reforming. And I think it's beautiful that, in that certain circumstance, that even if you're in a conflict, you can both just be there. I think that says a lot about your commitment to the relationship anyway. So, even showing that to the other person is a really beautiful thing to do. But yeah, there's a lot of really nice things like heart shares. And heart shares, this already, where you sit round, maybe you have a talking stick, you sit round in a circle, and you each share maybe whatever's on your mind, or maybe the host or the group decides something to share about in particular. Maybe it's a particular conflict as well that can be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of lessons in those gatherings of how to coexist, and it would be fascinating to be in a community that can be permanent and can live off itself, and see how that works, because the ones that we've been to have been quite temporary, or the ones that we've been to together. So it'd be fascinating to see how that all fits together. I just feel like there's a block for some reason. It feels like I've got all of this speculative thinking, but it's a struggle to actually get to a place where I'm in that experience, living there.
Right.
Because that's one of my dreams as well, is to be, and I don't have the permaculture knowledge, but to be in a place living with nature, and that's the only thing you need is.
Sure.
That's it.
Well, when I get some land soul,
Yeah.
definitely, you're more than welcome to be there and live there as long as you want.
Sure.
And it will happen soon.
Sounds awesome.
It will happen soon. Yeah, I don't have the money now, but I will have the money soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you reckon you're getting it?
Depends when I rob the bank.
Well, no, where do you reckon?
Oh, the land. Gosh, that's something that me and Mags have been talking about. Gosh, I don't know. I imagine it's going to be near the equator somewhere. For growing purposes and also just for weather in general and the climate. Tropics is hot. Like tropics is hot. I'm English, obviously, and you know the weather is hot for me. I love it. I don't like the mosquitoes. The mozzies. But yeah, somewhere near the equator is definitely on my mind, just because the growth rates of the plants and the amount of abundance. Mexico, I don't feel Mexico. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I don't know. Yeah, to be honest, there is an element of like safety in Mexico, and I don't know if it's going to be the same for all of Central and South America, but you know, that I want to be somewhere where I feel safe to be out at night as well, you know, midnight and in the morning, early hours. And yeah, so unanswered on that one. So I've been thinking also about maybe India, Thailand and Malaysia, maybe. I've been there as well. And, you know, again, great growth rate, stuff like this, but I'm not sure about the safety aspect. Although if I would like land a bit more secluded. I've been thinking in my head the perfect scenario would be somewhere like next to the beach that had surfing waves and that was a bit secluded, but also there was some sort of town nearby that stuff was always going on, and it had quite a spiritual feeling to it, and you know, just had a lot of like community vibes and things like this. So I don't know about England. I don't feel like England's the place for me because it's quite expensive. The climate's not the best, and it doesn't feel perfect. That's how I feel right now, anyway.
So you want to be somewhat still involved. You're talking about having a little town nearby. You still want to be somewhat involved in civilization and don't want to be completely cut off.
Definitely.
Why is that?
Yeah, for me, I love being around people. I love people that are open. I love sharing with people. I love them sharing to me. I love getting to know people. I love celebrating with people. I love playing music with people, and I feel like there is a lot of information and wisdom that people can give as well. I also love talking. I love diversity in my life. I love to talk to different people and get to know them. So yeah, I still want. I don't want to be a total hermit. I want my own land, and I want it to be a beautiful permaculture property. I would love people to live on there as well, and to celebrate and to have that communal feeling as well. So yeah, I don't feel like going off and living in the forest is actually for me. I would do. I'd like to do walks. You know, some big walks, maybe alone, maybe just me and Mags. And I do enjoy silence as well, and I enjoy. I would like to do a Vipassana as well soon.
Yeah,
I'm thinking. Yeah. So yeah, that's why.
But you're well. Can you not still have all of this that you just mentioned in a secluded community that's not near a town?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
So, but you would value having a town nearby, or you wouldn't if that was the case.
Well, you know, if we were to build a community out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, you know, maybe that would be enough as well. Maybe that would be just as beautiful. Yeah. I think it's something that it just takes experience, doesn't it? It just, because we talk, like, this is all hypothetical, really. And it's only when you get there and you see the reality of things, do you really decide whether it's what you want to do or not. And each circumstance is different. For example, I might get that property one day, and I'll build a community, and maybe there'll be 30 people there, and we'll have a big piece of land, but maybe for some reason I just won't be happy. And maybe that would just be something I'll have to understand in the moment and get to grips with. It's something that you do learn when you travel. I don't know if you've had it before, but where you kind of have this idea in your head that this place you're going to be happy. You go to, I want to go to Mexico. Yeah, I want to go to Mexico. I'll be happy there. I know I will. And then you get there and then you're like, this isn't really for me. I don't know what's going on here. And, and then you start moving around the place and you start trying to find your happiness or where you are, etc. And I think in this particular experience, from me going to Mexico and then to all the places I've been to in Mexico and then to San Cristobal, I really come to the conclusion that, happiness is within. I knew it conceptually, but, experiencing it once again of what makes me happy and how do I maintain my own happiness is something that, I'm still learning, and I know that a huge part of it is within, for sure.
Yeah, not sure. Well, I hope I solved that problem, but it feels like a problem that I'll be battling for my life. I was just traveling a couple of months ago, traveling with a friend from Morocco, I mentioned, but decided to make a film about it, and I think I'm going to focus about how he is wanting to get to the end, and it's not totally on him. It was both of us, and kind of the exploration of how we're doing that. There's so many beautiful moments that are intertwined in the beginning, middle, and end. But that's a tough. That's a tough.
And it really is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the things I've been doing recently is like listening to old things that I used to listen to actually as well. Spiritual stuff, like Wayne Dyer, for example. I don't know if you know him. He was a big he was a big mentor in my life, and my friend actually, he recommended me to go on this free workshop, there was 3 classes by this lady called Home, and she's this spiritual kind of teacher. I'm not sure what to call her, but she was talking about love and about coming to that place of being basically, without the personhood and just kind of without the mind chatter. Exactly. So I was listening to a lot of stuff like that and meditating, and I did a fast as well, which really helped. And maybe that's also something to talk about, is this kind of spiritual aspect, because it really does intertwine with permaculture. Because if you don't feel that for the earth, you're not going to care about it, right? And feel that about yourself as well. And it's such a nice thing to finish this call with, actually, is this kind of spiritual essence of, that the things like that. We are all connected, and being in that place of no mind, of a place at which you feel you feel the landscape, you feel the people, you feel the air around you is important, even the air around you. It's that feeling of being on purpose, of having this desire in you, which doesn't come mentally, not like you want a car or anything, but this feeling of wow, like we need to do something, like wow, like I need to do something for myself, I need to do something for my friend, I need to do something for the earth. And it's just such a beautiful thing to look at. It's the humanness within us, right?
Yeah, if it wasn't for having these surreal moments in nature, it wouldn't have started any of this journey of finding that in mind. And so thankful and grateful for having experienced those. And yeah, man, it's all about the revolutionary movement of rejuvenation.
Yes, and that's funny you say that, because somebody once said that permaculture is gardening. No, permaculture is revolution in the form of gardening. That's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that. It's so true.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, this has been a great.
It's been great.
Yeah, great chat.
Yeah.
To all those listening, I hope you're still here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done for making it.
It's been awesome talking about these topics, and I hope there's more.
It's been beautiful, Sol. Thank you so much for doing this. Thanks for interviewing me. And also, if you didn't know, Sol is an incredible videographer. You should look at his Instagram. I will. Have you got YouTube or?
At Sol Olsen.
At Sol Olsen. Okay. I'll make sure I link it. Yeah, I'll make sure I link it in the description. And yeah, so I do permaculture designs and consulting. So if you would like to know more about them services, then feel free to give me a message. And I'll also link all of my stuff in the description as well. And yeah, I really hope you gain something from this little podcast. And I hope there's more to come. Hey, Sol.
Right, yeah.
Peace.
Peace out.
Amazing. All right, so, well, thanks, bro.
Cool. That's all right.
Yeah, much love. And see you next time.
Yeah, catch you in a few. Hope you enjoy Max's chiropractic. No.
Yeah, acupuncture.
Okay.
Yeah, you legend. All right, bro. Love you lots. Speak to you soon. Thank you so much, Sol.
Speak soon.
Speak soon.
Love.